Hi guys, it's Tim and welcome. This is going to be a little different this week. I'm not feeling very well, under the weather with, cold and flu stuff going on. So I didn't want to scare you by actually showing you my face for this week. So I'm just going to make this short and sweet, and I thought we would just do the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards. And I really like this deck. It's by Tori Hartman, and I've already just prayed over these as I do each week. I'm going to give them a quick shuffle. Just want to know, angels and my guides and everybody else's guides out there, what we need to know for our highest good for the week of March 9th through the 15th. And I am just lightly going through and just drawing the ones that really catch my eye. This one here for Monday and Tuesday, and then let's see what we get for Wednesday and Thursday. A lot of times they'll pop out, and those will be the ones that I want to use. Any cards that kind of stick together or clump together. This one here. Okay. Okay, so hopefully you had a great week last week. I know I did. Just been real busy, and then also, a lot of personal stuff, fun personal stuff. I actually bought a sewing machine. I've never had a sewing machine, and I think I want to get into it and start making more tablecloths like this and tarot bags. So it's been kind of fun and exciting. So sorry, I let this weekend get away without doing this. I guess my ego got the best of me, so I thought, ooh, I better get this out for you really quick. So the first part of this upcoming week for March 9th is, I like this. This is wisdom, okay. And the green here is definitely represented by your heart chakra, okay. So let me tell you a little bit about wisdom. And before I tell you the story, I just kind of look at the card and what I'm seeing here with this. This is really about the higher knowledge and listening to your heart and making decisions based upon what you're feeling emotionally rather than a lot of what your intellectual may tell you. Before you make any decision, a lot of times when I see this card, it reminds me to take a step back and just really listen to your intuition. What's your heart telling you that you need to do or what you need to say? Okay? And that's going to definitely help you with this. This is just really just a beautiful card in that it allows you to, with the wisdom part here, because this is the sage, this is the sage here. This is the wise old sage. And this is just reminding us that the legend for this is, it says, one day a young sagebrush asks his grandfather how to grow old with wisdom. And the elder answers, we must learn from our mistakes. And I'm going to pause here for a quick second and get my glasses on so I can really read this for you. Okay, it says that we must learn from our mistakes. And before you worry about something, ask yourself if it will be important in the future. Enjoy your present form as we all change with time. Now, the inspiration here is there is some wise counsel that you have sought, but only to ignore it. Is that something that's happening with you? Are you trying to do things alone? A solution may come from those more experienced than yourself. So stay in the present moment and do not let your thoughts jump ahead, which is what I was saying. Really, don't let your thoughts get in the way of making the decisions. Really go within, and you yourself are that wise sage, as well as the other people out there. Definitely you're going to be connecting with people. The personal inquiry is, do I go with my heart or do I go against it? And am I ready to live in leadership? So this is really all about wise counsel and focused energy and honoring yourself and contentment, okay? So as we start off our week, this is the energy that's coming through. So really listening to your heart and honoring that aspect before making any decisions. As we get into the middle part here, interesting because we have recovery. Boy, do I need this one myself. just physically. I've got this cold that will not go away. And this is, sorry for the light here, guys, but this is recovery, and it's got the key. And I know that that's very, there you go. There you can see kind of the key here. So it's really about listening to your higher self here, and that is the key to actually, when I'm seeing this here, this is really all about the pain from our past unlocks the door of understanding is what this is. Now let me tell you a little bit about the lesson here. It says Greta wakes to find a painful childhood memories, all of those memories around her in her room. And in the distance appears a huge wooden door with white light streaming through the keyhole. As Greta tries to gather up her painful memories, they melt and form the great lilac key, which is what we see here in this card. So again, here's this lilac key. And she places the key in the lock, and a wave of fear engulfs her. The door opens and the pain and fear recede. Clarity comes. Survival is no longer enough. So once the key has been used to open the door, you will have a new way of living. One without keys is what this card is. Where you're heading, there are no locks. So that's the inspiration with this card. And the question that comes up with this is, it is time to recover a part of you that has been dormant. And are you ready to live an inspired future? So this is about facing your fears, okay? And courage to face any pain or awakening greatness. So this is facing past pain, facing those things that have been holding you back. And this brings about a lot of genuineness and a regeneration. So I like this, but we do need to take a look and actually face our skeletons in the closet, so to speak, with this. As we get into the weekend, now interesting here because this is about guilt. And this could be mother issues here when I see this, because we've got this woman here who is ironing the shirt, but in the background, you know, there's that part of her that just feels guilty that she has to do this. And this is about really the orange chakra here, which is about change. And this is about, you know, our wishes and our desires and wanting to make those changes that we need to. Now, this particular card here, this is Saint Apricot is what this card is. And it says, I am sorry that I have to take care of myself. And that's what this card represents. The legend of Apricot. Apricot truly is a saint. She sets aside her own needs and happiness to help others, even allowing freeloading friends to get involved in her business. And one day, her latest business partner announces that she wants to dissolve their company and split the profits. Apricot stands up to her. And the company is hers, and she did all the work, while the so-called partner did nothing. Now she will only give from her excess, not from her reserve. So the inspiration here is, do not do for others what they need to do for themselves. Speak truth from your heart, and honesty is freedom. And any guilt of fear, so any guilt is fear of being disliked is what this card is. This could be issues from your past as well. So are you giving away too much of your time and energy, and are you resenting it? So this is about self-care, all right? And needing to take care of yourself when in reality that is what we need to be doing and should be doing all along. Is a lot of times we get so burnt out and so hold on to resentment and bitterness because, and even guilt, because we have a hard time saying no because we want to be so helpful. But there are things that people need to do on their own. I mean, that's part of living and that's part of life. And you should not feel guilty if you don't need to take on other people's issues and problems when they can perfectly take care of that themselves. That's what this card is representing here. So it's interesting because, you know, this here we've got the recovery and we've got the guilt and we have the wisdom. And when you tie all of these together, this is really about letting go of all of the guilt and saying no when needed, and standing up and saying, no, I allow you to take care of your own problem. And this is all about the recovery aspect of that too. I see these three all about, it's like the veil is lifted and you're starting to see this pattern of, maybe it's a particular person, or it could be a family member where, you know, you've always felt like you've been in that shadow, and now you can come into the light and say, you know, I don't need to take care of other people. I don't need to take care of you. It's time that I start taking care of me. And I know you've heard me say it so many times that that's how that should be, and that's not an egoic thing. That's actually a very spiritual thing, because if we don't take care of ourselves, no one's going to take care of us. We have to do that ourselves. And we're no good to anybody else if we're all worn out and tired and depressed, and, you know, our ego gets in the way, and we start doing negative and harmful things. So this is all about recovery and the wisdom to be able to do so. So it's going to be very interesting to see how all of this plays out. And thank you for watching. I really do appreciate that. I just got a notification from YouTube that this week was my 2nd year anniversary. So this is my 104th weekly video for you guys. So I hope that you are enjoying them. And it's been a pleasure to be on here for 2 years doing this for you. And I hope to have many more years ahead. And thank you all. Have a blessed week. And I'll see you next time. Bye.